just talking about the pieces, and Tariq and Vin both said the way that they went about dominating the NCAA tournament is in a class of its own. An average of 20 points per victory over those 6 wins. What do you see in this season group?
Well, yesterday at the Excel Center at practice, I didn't see that. When Tariq
I knew you were going to open up optimistic.
Vin, you know my deal. When Tariq was there to see the boys, it did not look like March or April. But we also didn't look like that, at this time, last year. The group's got great people this year. Obviously, a healthy Donovan Clingan, who has a chance to be, a dominant player for us, not just a really good player or even a great player, but a dominant player that changes things. Both end 2, even 3. And then what we have with Samson Johnson at center. So we have the potential to have that 1-2 punch at center. We've got shooting up and down the roster. We've got veteran guards. It's going to come down to, I think, our bench and whether we could bring a very talented group of freshmen along this year.
What's fascinating, Coach, about your team is in this day and age of year to year, how many times we're going to compete. But what's fascinating about you is you lost, you returned so much, and you brought in so much. How is your mindset in terms of the off-season workout? Did you attack?
Everything came to fruition. I think going to for last season, I think we said to ourselves, if everything breaks right, this will be Jordan's last year. This will be Andre's last year. This will be potentially Naheem if he's not a starter. So I think we went into it knowing that we needed to bring in a big-time freshman class, and that we have to be strategic in the portal. We've got to rely on our ability to develop players. We need big jumps from returners, like a Newton, like a Samson Johnson, and then our ability to get freshmen ready to play.
You referenced the freshman class. Can you share with our viewers and even us, Stephon Castle, the most highly touted guard you brought in this year? I had a chance to see him in your practice. Dynamic, 6'6", versatile. What do you from him coming in?
Yeah, are very impressive. We haven't had another freshman as physically ready to help. Just his size, his strength. He doesn't really have a flaw offensively. I think right now it's about his ability to stay humble and not make a lot of mistakes. Kind of like ball security, not dying on screens, not get the ball in, like the things that could make a team aspirations lose and struggle. Those. So, we're intentional with not bringing him today. Not promoting him so much because we want him to stay humble because he's got a lot of growth if we're going to compete for another one.
Coach, national at such a young age, blue blood program, you're probably on your way to the Hall of Fame. I'd be remiss if I didn't. I'd be remiss if I didn't. I didn't though say, because he probably hasn't admitted it to you, how your Hall of Fame eyes this last year. I don't know if you've ever looked at him from the nostrils up. He's really taken his game to the next level.
Yeah, he's got his frame. Call that framework? I mean, what do we call that?
Phenomenal.
Now, is that like a
He's got a stylist now.
Is that a Gucci? Are those Gucci frames?
I'm still trying to wrap my head around Vin saying to you, I don't know if you've ever looked at John from the nostrils up.
I'm going to start looking at everyone
from the nostrils up. Take personnel aside, is there one dynamic with I say we had that last year at this time. That's something we got to work on. Maybe something X and O wise, non-personnel related.
Just the two things. Just the leadership piece. Andre Jackson was just an old school captain. Like from like, I don't know, the 70s and the 80s, man, in terms of and what he stood for and how he carried himself in game, in locker room, and then with the boys in the residence hall. So that, and then the depth. What was special about the team last year was, we went 9 deep and could have even gone 10, and there was a lot of quality. So when you have guys not show up on you and you got great depth, you can you can win.
Hey, Coach, one thing is Tristan Newton, and you guys don't win the ring. You don't win the national championship without him. In that final stretch of games, he stepped up and really delivered when you most needed him. What does he mean to your team and back as your senior point guard?
I mean, 2 triple doubles. His national championship performance. His performance in the tournament was phenomenal. It's a guy that's played in front of 75,000 people in a big ass dome. So he's not going to blink in big spots. He needs, just like Karaban and like a Clingan, though, like he can't be the same player he was last year. He's got to be better. He's got to play at an all-conference level. He's got to be willing to accept some of the leadership that that void there.
Before we let Coach go, it was a theme during March Madness. You gave us updates on your forms of art. You've picked up different types of artistry. Any updates on that?
Yeah, I'm like just presently working on like a Cape Cod. Where is Tom Moore? Tom Moore's from he's got a house in the
somewhere
Cape
up there.
Or something. Yeah, he's got a house up there. So I'm working on like a Cape beach, like a boat or a pontoon boat or some type of small deep boat in the sea.
Utility, man.
Yeah.
That's
impressive.
why Dan Hurley's a Renaissance man. Coach, thanks so much for your time this morning.
Got it. Great to be out here.